Hello YouTube. Starting this vlog. I hope you like it. I've tried blogging before and I've tried vlogging before, and I thought I'd give it another go again. So this video is about things I have learnt in lockdown, which is a lot of things, and I've summarised it into a few points. And if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. If you've got something to say that is about my appearance or about the quality of my video, I'm sorry, we're in lockdown, so I have not had my hair done, and this is the best I can afford in terms of video quality. Here goes. The biggest thing I've learned in lockdown is that social media can be used as a force for good, and it can be used as a force for bad. And the example of why it's not good is J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling needs to stop expressing her opinions that are unhelpful to society as a whole. I feel really strongly about this because I have loved and supported Harry Potter since I was able to read. I've bought all the books, I've bought all the audiobooks, I've bought loads of merchandise, I went to go see the play, I have a tattoo on my arm that is related to Harry Potter, and I feel like as an individual I have put a lot of time, money and energy into Harry Potter, and now I'm concerned that by doing that I've been supporting someone who is transphobic. So basically what she said is that trans women aren't women, and that's just not true. Me, like J.K. Rowling, I'm quite lucky that I want to be a woman and I was born into a woman's body. That doesn't happen to everyone, okay? Not everybody is born the way they want to be, and I'm sad that she can't see that, but it's not so much that she has that personal view that's against it, it's that she expresses it through her social media because she has a lot of power. She is a very powerful woman. So if you're going to speak out about something, try to use your power for good. For me, it's totally insane that she even feels this way, because she invented like the wizarding world, and the wizarding world is amazing. Like, you can take a potion to become someone else. You can, well, some wizards can change their appearance at will. You can turn into an animal. You can even like get your teeth fixed without braces. Like, in terms of transformations, I feel like the wizarding world is pretty pro transformations. So I feel quite sad that she is not. Not pro trans, not transformations. I don't know if I worded that right. I'm trying to be politically correct, but basically I'm just really sad that she does not support trans rights, because I can't even express. It's just really sad. It's really sad. So, to summarise, J.K. Rowling, you won't hear this ever, and I'm sure lots of people have told you already, that use your force for good. Now would be a great time to give a public apology as a start. The second thing I've learned in lockdown is that prolonged exposure to your family or your boyfriend or girlfriend or partner can really test your relationship. I feel really lucky that I've been able to spend lockdown with my boyfriend. However, I feel as if I'd been in either of my two previous relationships, it would have been horrendous, basically, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. They're quite pleased that they're with the person they are now, because I honestly do not know how I would have survived in either of my previous two relationships, or even living at home, like living with my parents, I don't think I would have had a good time. I think I would have been quite depressed, quite stressed out, and I don't think it would have been an enjoyable experience for everyone involved. On a more serious note, the amount of domestic violence cases has risen over lockdown, and again, if you're watching this and you feel you are at risk by this prolonged exposure to your significant other or parent, then please seek help, and I'll put a link in there below. But yeah, me personally, I'm very, very glad that I'm in this relationship I'm in now, where I'm secure, where we're confident, where we trust each other, and there is no risk of any violence. Okay? Lighter note, another thing I've learned during the lockdown is that I should not be allowed to do my own hair. Don't know how well you can see this, because this is not the best quality camera that's available for people trying to access YouTube. But I've basically tried to put a blue streak in my hair. I don't know if you can see. Here's a bit of it. Here's a blue streak. Mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Not good. Can't get it out. Stuck. Will have blue hair forever now, probably, unless I cut it off, which I may do. And I'm too embarrassed to go to a hairdresser now that they've opened back up. I will eventually, but I will be very bashful whilst I'm there. So yeah, lockdown lesson number 3 is I should definitely not do my own hair. Kudos for people who can do their hair at home, whether that's dyeing or cutting it, but I'm not one of those people. Talking about hair as well, if anyone wants to put anything rude in the comments, no, I have not brushed my hair today, and I'm not sorry. The next 2 points are kind of combined. They are separate, but they're kind of combined. So what I've noticed a lot in my area, in my town, and amongst the people I know, is that homelessness has been really highlighted by the lockdown. So the problem's always been there, but it's more visible, and it's worse if you're in it at the moment. So my town has tried to help in some situations with varying degrees of success, but overall it's actually become harder for people experiencing homelessness to contact their local council to get help. And I feel like hopefully that's something that the country will learn from. Like I said, they have tried to do some things. One of the pubs, which was obviously, pub/hotels, which was obviously out of business because of the lockdown, was turned into a temporary accommodation for homeless people. But I don't think it was that successful. And in terms of people who are presently in temporary accommodation or who are bidding on council housing at the moment, the situation is quite poor, and I feel very lucky that I am not homeless. Leading on from this, the other thing that I would like to talk about that I've learnt, or more that other people have learnt during the lockdown, is about how terrible universal credit is. Now, I'm really lucky. I'm not on universal credit anymore, but I have been to help with childcare costs, which it does not. Universal credit was the sort of benefit cut that replaced tax credits, and it's supposed to basically be reflective of what you earn. So if you're not earning, you get the full amount, and then when you do start earning, they take away 63 pence for every pound that you earn. I'm sorry if that's changed more recently and I've got that wrong, but that was what it was when I was on it. It's a very difficult system. It's all online, and you're very unlikely to get a response from a real person. You have to usually go to the job centre to apply for it, which is kind of depressing, especially if you're actually employed. To have to go to the job centre when you're employed feels very demoralising and depressing. During lockdown, there has been a surge of people applying for universal credit who wouldn't normally need support, so self-employed people, etc., who have found they've lost business because of the lockdown, or are unable to conduct their normal business in their normal way. And what that has brought to light is how difficult it is to get onto universal credit and to have them pay you an amount that you can afford to live on. So ideally, it's supposed to help you pay rent if you're renting somewhere, and help pay for life in general, like food and bills. When I was on universal credit, this was not the case. They obviously did give me some money, but it was a continuous fight to try and get that money. Bear in mind that I was trying to seek help in order to cover my childcare costs so that I could continue to go to work, which under the tax credit system was super easy. You just called them up, told them who your childminder or nursery was, told them how much it cost and for how many hours, etc. And then they would give you, I think it was about 80% of that cost back, which is brilliant, because if you're not in a workplace that offers childcare vouchers and you don't have a reliable family member to look after your child while you go to work, then in order to go to work, you are probably going to have to pay someone to look after your child. So for me, universal credit did not successfully do that. I had payments wrong. I had loads of payments withheld. Even now, there's things they haven't got back to me about from years ago. And ultimately, it's just not a very good system. And I'm not happy, because I don't want other people to have to go through trouble. But I am glad that the lockdown has brought to light how unsuitable universal credit is to help people who are struggling with either rent costs because they're out of work, or childcare costs because they are in work. I think a lot of people during this time have tried to apply as well and have been unsuccessful, because it is very hard to secure universal credit. And I hope, because of the articles I've read and because it's been on the news, I hope that more people are aware now that universal credit is not fit for purpose. The benefit system is supposed to be a safety net for people who need help, basically to prevent people being homeless or not being able to feed their kids, or all the horrible things that can happen if you don't have lots of money. And it's not supposed to give you an easy life. It's not supposed to mean that you're never in work, but it's supposed to help the people who need help. So people that have a disability, people that have offspring, or people that are out of work. I'm sure there are other categories of people that need benefits, but those are the main ones that concern me. Yeah, so that's quite a depressing thing to talk about, sorry, but I'm quite glad, as I said, that the lockdown has brought to light the problems with the benefit system in the UK, because for a long time I didn't know anyone else who was on universal credit, and I had a big struggle trying to receive it when I needed it, which made my life unnecessarily more difficult. So yeah, that was my first video. I'm sorry I didn't brush my hair, but I'm here anyway. I hope you liked it, and hopefully I'll make some more, and I do apologise about the quality. And yeah, write anything in the comments that you agree, disagree with, particularly would like to hear what other people are doing about J.K. Rowling. If anyone watching this has a Harry Potter tattoo and now feels very bad for having that Harry Potter tattoo, let me know, because I don't know how I am supposed to deal with that. Like, Do I get it covered over? Do I merge it into a new tattoo? Do I just live with it and let it represent Harry Potter and not the author? Is that even possible? Yeah, but anyway, we look forward to hearing from you. Bye bye for now.